Well, hello everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Talene McCarthy, and I'm happy to do yoga with you today. Go ahead and get started in a nice, comfortable, restorative position, whether it's child's pose or seated, sinking your hips towards your heels and then elongating your spine. Now engage your Uddiyana Bandha, drawing your belly towards your spine, giving your low back some additional support. And take a full breath in through the nose. To the back of the throat, fill the lungs. Expand the lungs into the ribs, and even feel your back expand. Pausing at the top of your inhale, open your mouth, sigh it away. Good. 2 more times, full body breath. Inhale. Lengthen out, open up. Open your mouth, clear it away. Good. 1 more time. Big breath in. Open your mouth, long breath out. Good. Now with your mouth closed, maybe the corner of your mouth is lifted. Opening your nasal passages as you continue to breathe in through the nose, nice and steady into the lungs. And then clear it back out from the lungs through your nose. Notice how you can lengthen the body with each inhale and soften the body with each exhale. Just closing your eyes, breathing your smile down into your hearts, and creating some lightness and brightness from the inside out. And just for now, let that be enough as I join you on your mats. Take a full breath, inhale, and exhale into tabletop. Good. Lengthen your hips down to your right heel. Big stretch. Inhale. And then exhale back to tabletop. Good. Let's do that on the other side. Hips sink down to the left heel. Big breath in, lengthen out. Exhale back up. Take that at your own pace from hip to heel, side to side, nice and slow. Give yourselves time to lengthen your spine, to release any low back pressure. I know I'm feeling it this morning. And perhaps you turn these into hip circles, taking it from the right heel to the left heel, back around and up onto the knees. Nice big circles, down from one side to the other, back up. 1 more time on the right side. Still firming belly to spine. You want to support your low back through all asanas. Continue breathing into the length as you release through the low back. Carry it around. 1 more time on the left side. Full inhale. Long exhale. Good. Coming back to neutral. Make sure you're supporting your torso through the hands and the knees, directly under the shoulders and hips. From here, dropping your belly, lift through your sternum, drawing it forward and up through your shoulders, lift through your hips. Feel a big arch in your back. And then exhale, root through the palms and the tops of the feet as you drop up through the belly, pressing the ground away. Full breath in to cow. And a long breath out into cat. Good. Again, closing your eyes, supporting movement with breath. Notice where in your bodies you're feeling some tension, tightness, and strain. And then generate the movement slowly with the breath to start creating some of the release. Maybe cow and cat isn't all that you need here. Start shifting with the breath. Good. If you're finding a little bit of need for the side body, you can extend your left fingers across to the right side of your mat. A little semi-arch. And take it back through the other side. And as you come back through center, firming your belly and your ribs to the spine, keeping that support for the spine. Walk your hands a little further forward, and we're going to work into a little arch in the upper back only. As your belly still firming to the spine, you're engaging your glutes and supporting hips over knees. Lengthen out through the torso and the arms, and then soften your chest towards your mat so that you start to create the arch in your thoracic spine, the mid portion of your back, and then start to feel the stretch through the upper shoulders and back, softening your forehead towards the mat. But if it doesn't make contact, perhaps you take a block or a few books for added support and stability. Good. Take a full breath. Inhale. And exhale your torsos forward and down, propping yourselves up on your elbows. Coming into Sphinx Pose. Elbows directly under the shoulders, palms rooting down, so that you give so much support to the upper body that you can actually drag your elbows towards your ribs, lengthening your sternum forward, and then lift up out of the shoulders, softening your shoulders down your back. Good. Still firm your belly towards your spine. See if you can activate the thigh muscles as you root down through the hips into the tops of the feet. All of this lower body stability will help to support the low back as you stretch it out and strengthen it here for 3. Maybe a little bit of neck rotations for 2. Good. One big breath in and release. Good. Still firming belly, glutes, and thighs. We're going to turn this into a forearm plank. Make sure your hands are really rooted into the mat. As you curl your toes under, fire up your thighs again. I like to walk my toes forward enough that I'm really gripping the mat with the balls of the feet, pressing through the heels, squeeze up through your thighs. Now notice you might want to over pike in order to alleviate some of that straining the abdominals, or you might find that you're under compensating. So really lift your hips in line with your shoulders, using the belly, glutes, and thighs to help support the hip area. Good. Now lengthen through your sternum, extend through the crown of the head as you press back to the heels. And create a lot of breath here to create so much lightness and lift that you don't feel that you're pressing so much. Nice balance between the two. For 3, 2, good. Full breath, inhale, and exhale, release. Move your elbows and your fingers out to the outside of your mat, lifting through your sternum. Drop your left shoulder looking over your right. Good. Still firm belly, glutes, and thighs as you lift through center. Inhale. Exhale over your left shoulder. Good. Back through center and to the right. Good. One more time to the other side. You come back through center. Take a full breath in. Maybe hover the hands so you really know that you're working through your low back. And exhale to release. Good. Press your hands under your shoulders, either through tabletop to down dog, or press the ground away, high plank to down dog. Good. Spreading your fingers wide, engage your knuckles. The entire palm is pressing forward and down, almost like you're opening a jar to the right and a jar to the left. The entire hand working and rooting in order to lengthen out the arms, firming the upper arms in towards one another slightly. Keep engagement through the belly and feel the hip bones draw away from the armpits. The knees can stay soft, especially since we're just waking up, loosening up our bodies. Good. Bending your knees, draw your hips way down to the heels, feel the stretch in your low back. Good. Back into downward facing dog. Take it into high plank. Hips in line with shoulders, strong arms, strong belly, strong legs. Lengthen through the crown of the head, press back into the heels. You're here for 5. Good. These plank poses are really medicinal. They strengthen not only the core, but the low back at the same time. But you have to use all the muscle engagement to support the low back, and then put it with breath so that you find some relief and extension. One more long breath, inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take that with breath. Inhale, high plank. Bend your knees, draw your hips way back to the heels like you're gonna spring forward. Back to high plank, strong and long. Exhale, hips draw you up and back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more set. Breath in, lengthen. Breath out, bend, draw way back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Good. One more time, high plank. Now you can drop your knees to the mat if you'd like. Lower all the way to the floor, elbows tight to the ribs. Good. From here, baby cobra. Tops of the feet, root, squeeze your thighs, glutes, and belly. Lift through your sternum. Good. If you want to take it up any bit more, you can start lengthening your arms. You can take this into your high plank, into your up dog, excuse me. Press through the hands and lengthen your sternum forward and up. Firming belly, glutes, and thighs again. You're not overarching the low back. You're lengthening and lifting through the sternum and working into the thoracic. Take a full breath here. Press it up and away, downward facing dog. Walk it out to relieve the low back. Take a full breath in. Oh, let it go. Look to your hands, take a walk to the front of your mats. Stepping your feet hips width. This is gonna give your low back, the lumbar, some extra space. With a flat back, hands to the fronts of your shins, bring your shoulders in line with the hips. Again, firm your belly and ribs to your spine. This is basically like a half plank. Extend with the breath. Nice full inhale. Sink the hips down on your exhale. So your spine's still supported from the underside, extending arms forward. You'll feel the belly, glutes, and thighs working here. Good. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Feel your heart open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw back. One more set, full breath in. Long breath out, root down and rise up. Stretching through the fingers to the sky. Bring it all the way back down, low skier. Big inhale. Let's do that again. Exhale, sweep back, root to rise. Big inhale. Exhale, bring it back down, firm belly to spine. Hold for a breath in. Sweep back on the breath out. Last time, root to rise. Sweep high, big reach on the inhale. Exhale, back down. Low skier. Take a reach on the inhale. Plant your hands. Stepping your left foot back, runner's lunge. Good. Now, again, the tendency here is to over pike or to release too low. See if you can bring your right hip in line with your right knee and fire up the left thigh in order to keep the left hip in line with the right hip. Good. Now extend through the sternum. Full breath, inhale. Exhale, tap your left knee down. Inhale, straight. Exhale, tap. 3 more times. Not looking to overstretch anything, but to start to feel a little bit of awakening in the left hip flexor. Good. This time as your left knee drops down. You're welcome to stay here, lengthening and lifting through your sternum, or bring your hand to your knee. Dragging your right heel back and your left thigh forward will help to engage the quadriceps, engage belly, supporting the low back, and perhaps you reach your arms high, lengthening out of your low back. Take a full reach on your inhale. Good. Perhaps on the exhale, you draw it down and back again, finding a little bit of a back bend in the thoracic. One big reach on your inhale. Exhale, your hands back to the mat. Good. Straightening your left thigh, and then slowly working into straightening the front thigh. Press down through the ball of the right foot. Draw your right hip back. Good. Lengthen through your sternum. The tendency is to round here. When we want to alleviate some strain, you can always bend into the front knee a little bit or draw your hips a little further forward, but keep squaring to the back of your mat, lengthening your sternum to the front of your mat. Good. One more big reach through the breath, and then release back into your runner's lunge. Plant your hands, step it back, downward facing. Good. High plank, maybe knees to the mat. You can lower halfway, elbows to the ribs, or all the way. Choose your heart opening. Baby cobra, cobra, or up dog. All three require a lot of breath, a lot of engagement for the low back to support, and come through to down dog. Take a breath. Clear it away. Good. Another big inhale. Long exhale. Stepping your left foot a little closer to center, raise your right leg straight up and back. Big reach on the inhale. Exhale, high plank, knee to the nose. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. One more. Breath in, and breath out. Step it into your runner's lunge. Now you have choices. Keep the hands on the mat or lengthen straight forward to engage core a little bit more. Take a reach on the inhale. Exhale, step forward, low skier. You've been here before. Full breath, inhale. Exhale, sweep it back. Root to rise. Breath in. All the way back down, breath out. Hold for an inhale. Plant your hands. This time, right foot steps back. Good. Notice that hip. It wants to drop down. Can you fire up the belly, the glutes, the thighs in order to keep right hip in line with the left hip? As you lengthen through the sternum, press back through the right heel. Get nice and long. Lower your right knee to the mat, tap it down, and then fire back up. Tap it down and fire it up. Good. 3 more times, just gently loosening through the hip flexor. You might start to feel a little bit of stretch through the IT band as well. 2 more. Good. 1 more. This time as you lower the knee, press the ground through the top of the right foot, drag your left heel back. Engage the thighs, engage your glutes. Feel how the belly supports the low back as you lift high. Draw up with the breath. And perhaps you stay here or you open it up slightly, heart lifting, elbows drawing down and back, feeling the ribs rolling up. With a big breath, you reach up and exhale, hands back to the mat. Good. Fire up your right thigh again, and then slowly, slowly extend your left leg, stretching out your left hamstring. I know, I feel it too. If it feels good to take dynamic movement here, a bend and a stretch, find what your body's craving, but be intentional about engaging through the feet and lifting up through the kneecaps to support the thighs. Good. Lengthening through your sternum, softening into it. Take a few more breaths. Are you still squaring your hips to the back of your mat? Good. Are you still firming your belly to your spine? Coming back into your runner's lunge. Plant your hands, lift the left foot. Step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Don't dismiss knees to the mat. Really nice way for added support. Halfway down or all the way. Find your heart opening. Belly's engaged, thighs are supporting, breath is lifting. And release into your downward facing dog. Walk it out. 3 breaths. Good. On the inhale, the left leg lifts. On the exhale, knee to the nose, press the ground. Up and back, 3-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, high plank, knee to the nose. So you're shifting back, press the ground. Shifting forward, shoulders over wrists. Step it into your runner's lunge. You might want to step the right foot up and out for more stability as you lengthen through the sternum, reach through the fingers. Big inhale. Exhale, low skier. Hold for a breath. Exhale, sweep it back, root to rise. All the way back down, low skier. Let's take that with breath. Inhale. Exhale, left foot steps back. Lower your left knee, reach your arms high, big reach. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Straighten and fold, pyramid pose. Good. Coming back into your runners. Step it back, downward facing dog. Really press the ground to lift the foot. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Full breath in, firm belly and thighs, lift hard. Empty, downward facing. Right leg lifts. Runner's lunge. Press the ground, reach the arms, inhale. Exhale, low skier. Stay for a breath, sweep it back. Root down and lift up. All the way back down, low skier, hold for an inhale. As you plant your hands, step your right foot back. Lower the left knee, reach the arms high, full breath, inhale, lift, and release. Step it back, core strength, lifts that left foot, plants it to the back of your mat. Carry through high to low. You can always take it into a counted cat, 2 times, into down dog. Left side, runner's lunge. Reach the arms, full inhale. Exhale, low skier. Take a breath, sweep it back. Root down to rise up. Bring it back down, low skier. Good. Or you can consider this your chair pose. My arms have been typically reaching straight forward. Chair allows me to lift them a little higher, but I don't want to compromise my back being supported, so belly and ribs still support spine. You're here for 5, 4. Can you bring the smile back to your face? Slow the breath. Find some ease. You're awakening your body, but you're allowing it to strengthen and soften at the same time. Breathe the smile down into your heart's last 2. Fullest, longest breath in. Exhale, let it go. Knowing that your feet are hips width, maybe a little wider. Find a forward fold that resonates for you. Could be ragdoll, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Could even be Padahastasana, palms of your hands under the soles of the feet. You really push the balls of the feet into the wrists of your hair. Give the toes a little wiggle. Keep lengthening your spine, softening the head, neck, and shoulders. Even relieving the low back by bending the knees if you'd like. Take a halfway lift, big inhale, and release the hands to the mat. Good. Lengthen through the sternum again, bring shoulders up in line with the hips. This time stepping your left foot back. You're in runner's lunge, stepping from front to back. And from here, take a nice spinal twist. Right ribs opening to right hand without dropping your left hip. So hip stays square, hug your right hip into the midline, fire up your left thigh and lengthen through your sternum. With all that extension in the spine, you have more room for the ribs to extend up to the right hand. Full breath in. Good. Root down through the right foot, come all the way up into your high twist. Yes. So high twist allows you to still lengthen as you ground from the hips through the feet. Maybe you look back to your right hand. Reverse it, lifting through the left arm. Big inhale. Exhale, open warrior 2. Lunging into your right knee, you want to track the knee over the second toe. Even dialing your back toes forward slightly to allow that hip rotation. Hug right hip under, sink hips down. But can you lift up through your sternum by dragging your feet together and drawing all the way up through the crown of the head? Settle your gaze, settle your breath for 3, 2. Good. Next breath in, reverse it. Up, maybe a little bit of back. And release all the way back down. Find your runner's lunge. Come to the ball of your left foot. Step it back, downward facing. Neutralize your spine. Stay or flow, high to low, or maybe just make it a simple cow and cat 2 times. Carry it with a lot of breath. Awaken your body. Let each exhale clear it away. Good. Coming through to down dog once again. Take a breath and release. Good. Bend your knees this time. Look to your hands. Springer step forward. Take a flat back on your inhale. Reach your arms and sink your hips. Now again, raise the arms as high as you can without letting the ribs flare out. You're here just for 5 this time. You're gonna work through the belly, glutes, and thighs today. You'll feel it tomorrow. That's a good thing. 3 more. Full lengthening inhale into the lungs. Feel the back expand. Feel your face and shoulders soften. Reach on the inhale and release. Take a flat back. This time, step your right foot back, runner's lunge. You've been here before. Firing up belly, keeping hips in line with the bent left knee. Extend your left arm and gently open up from the ribs. Get longer through the sternum. Stronger through the back right leg. For 3, 2, good. Full lengthening, inhale. Root through your feet, come all the way up. High twist. That right thigh wants to collapse. Don't let it. Lift the thigh an inch off the floor. Press through the back heel, sink through the hips. Lengthen your sternum as you open it up. Reverse it. Big reach. Full inhale. Exhale, open, warrior 2. And take your time. Your feet aren't stuck in mud. It helps when the right toes dial forward to help facilitate the left hip opening. Squeeze your glutes together. Feel how that gives the legs more stability, gives the core a little bit more stability. As you stack shoulders over hips, lengthen the breath through the fingers. Press the ground away through the feet. But what would it feel like to draw the feet a little closer in and draw up that line of energy through the crown of the head? Good. Settle your gaze, settle your breath. Last 3, 2. Good. On the next inhale, reverse it up and back. And clear it away. Runner's lunge, coming to the ball of your right foot, step it back, downward facing. Again, you have choices. Stay, flow, modify. Carry it with a lot of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's move that flow through breath. Bending the knees, look to the hands, spring or step forward. Take your flat back on your inhale. Exhale, sink it down, chair. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, release. Left foot steps back, runner's lunge. Take a nice spinal twist. Open it up. Big reach on your inhale. Exhale. Press the ground. Come all the way back up. Reverse it. Breath in. Open warrior 2. Breath out. Reverse on the inhale. And release. Runner's lunge to down dog. Neutralize your spine. Carry through with breath. High to low. Modify here, but don't compromise. Core supporting spine. Look to your hands, spring or step forward, flat back. Low skier. Inhale. Exhale. As you plant the hands, right foot steps back, firm belly to spine, open up through the left side. Root down, rise up, high twist. Reverse your twist. Open into warrior 2. Good, reverse your warrior. And release. Runner's lunge to down dog. Take it high to low. Take a breath in. And a long breath out. Good, one more time. Spring or step to the front of your mats, flat back. Low skier, arms reach. And release. This time left foot steps back, runner's lunge. Good. Without taking the spinal twist, reach your arms straight forward. Nice diagonal lunge. Hands to heart center, twist open to the right. Lengthen your sternum, draw your palms towards your heart. Soften your shoulders down your back. But are you still engaging your belly, your glutes, your thighs to support? Put it all together with the breath. You're here for 3, 2. Good. One big inhale and release. Runner's lunge, spin your left heel to the mat, rise up, warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, side angle. So side angle, left arm lifting or extending overhead. But this right glute wants to jut out. Don't let it. Squeeze it under. Open heart, open hips. Wrap it up. Good. Come back into your warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Find Trikonasana. So you might want to shorten your stance here as you firm up through your right thigh and lengthen through your sternum. This right hip should stay hugging under. So let the hand just float down to where it lands. It might be a lot higher than you expect. Left ribs opening to left hand. Good. On the next inhale, rise up. I'm going to turn around to face you. You're pivoting your feet towards the edge of your left mat. Toes in from the heels. Hands to your low back as you lift through your sternum. Big breath in. Long breath out, forward fold. Good. Take a flat back on your inhale. Walk around to the front of your mats. So your right foot is in front of the left. You're going to take this into lizard, bringing your right foot to the edge of your mat, hands under your shoulders. Lengthen your sternum and lower your left knee. You've done this before, uncurling your left toe. Good. Now, as you bring your elbows down to the mat, notice if your hips are too tight to bring it all the way. You can bring blocks here or books under your elbows to elevate the ground to you. But once you're there, I want you to really feel that your hips are square, your heart is lengthening through your shoulders, and the crown of the head continues to breathe the extension from the hips to the front of the mat. That's 3, 2, good. One more big breath in, and release. Slowly working your way back up, curl your left toes under, send the right leg back, down dog. You can stay again or flow. My mat's getting a little wet here, so I'm not going to take my feet off the ground so I don't slip. Good. All right, bend the knees, look to the hands. Once again, spring or step forward, take a flat back. Come into your low skier, extend the arms, chair pose. Big breath, inhale. Long breath, exhale. Good. This time, right foot steps back, runner's lunge. Instead of rotating open, we're going to reach out. So belly, glutes, thighs, stabilizing. Hands come to heart center, find your twist. Strong right leg, long spine, full steady breaths here for 3, 2, good. One big breath in, and release. Good. Spinning your right heel down, cartwheel it up, warrior 2. Make sure you're stabilizing from the feet and lifting up. As you reverse it, come into side angle. Nice and light. Forearm on the thigh, right ribs rotating up to the right hand. So you're actually trying to draw shoulder over hip. Good. You can always extend it, bicep by the ear. Nice long spine. And then wrap it up from here, allowing the shoulder to draw back even more, rotating your right ribs up even more. Left hip still hugging under. Fire up your right thigh to help stabilize. Breathing here for 3, 2, good. One big breath in. Coming back into your warrior 2. Stretch it out. Good. Maybe you bring your feet a little closer together as you lengthen your front leg, engaging your left kneecap and thigh. Turn it into Trikonasana. Again, the left hand doesn't go for the ankle. I'd rather see the whole body vertically aligned. Left hip hugged under. Right ribs rolling up. You can even come up against a wall if you're in your house and feel the stability of the shoulders and the hips against the wall. Good. 3 breaths. On the inhale, rise up. Pivot your toes towards the right edge of your mat this time. Hands bind behind your low back. Inhale, your heart lifts as the knuckles drag down. Lead with your sternum and fold. Releasing your hands on your shoulders, take a flat back on your inhale. This time as you walk around to the front of your mats, bring your hands inside your left foot, lower your right knee to the mat, lizard lunge. Again, notice where your hips are holding. If they're super tight, bring the ground up to you with blocks or books under your elbows. Now draw length through the sternum, firmness through the belly, softness through the hips. You're here for 3. 2, Good. One full breath in. A long breath out. Good. Rooting your hands under your shoulders once again. Find your way back into downward facing dog. And find a nice slow flow. Full breath in. Lengthen and lift through the heart. Extend through the toes. Bring it back, downward facing dog. Take a long breath here. And clear it away. Good. Just in the interest of time, because I'm getting poured on, walk or step to the front of your mats. Find a nice malasana squat, sinking your hips, lifting your heart. The hands firmly press into one another as the elbows and knees press into one another. Use that to leverage length through the spine, and then soften into it. Good. One full breath inhale. Guide yourselves onto your seats. Bringing your feet hips width, give your knees a squeeze. Hello, little squirrel. Sitting up nice and tall, full breath in. Take a spinal twist, opening up to the right. Right hand behind you, rooting down through the right hand in the sit bones. Can you still firm your belly to your spine? And lift more from your sternum. And then feel your ears lift. So extending the crown of the head to extend the spine. And then with all that space, maybe the right ribs roll to the back of your mat any bit more. Don't force it. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out, release back through center, big inhale. Exhale to the other side. Firm belly, lengthening spine. Open up from left ribs to back of your mat. Good, back through center, inhale, sit up nice and tall. Lower yourselves all the way to the mat. And give your knees a little squeeze just to relieve any tension in your low back. You can even draw the knees to the armpits. Good, from here find figure four. Crossing right ankle over left knee, plant the left foot. Well, actually, you can just keep the left foot where you're at. And hug behind the left thigh. Drawing the right thigh forward and the left thigh in towards your chest. You'll find that the glute and the outer thigh starting to stretch open. Flex both feet to protect your knees. Soften your shoulders and your face. Breathe down into the area that needs it. Another big inhale. Good. Exhale, release. The right leg might extend and bend, giving it a little bit of a release. And then take it to the other side. Hug the knees into the armpits. This time crossing left heel over right thigh. Draw the right thigh to the chest as the left thigh draws forward. Good. For 3, 2. Good. Nice full breath in. And release. This time as the left leg lengthens and crunches, relieving that left side. Draw the knees wide into the armpits and turn it into your happy baby. Flexing your feet to the sky. Drawing your knees towards the earth. Good. Yogis, give your knees a good squeeze from here. Rock it out a little bit side to side. Find a position that resonates with you here. It could be on your backs with your legs up in the air. It could be Viparita Karani. Nice way of relieving upper body tension. I'm just going to move myself out of the rain while you continue doing some yoga on your yoga mats. It could be Supta Baddha Konasana, laying on your backs, with soles of your feet together, connected to the mat, your knees splayed wide. It might be a nice opening for your front body, feet planted under your knees in bridge pose. Press the ground through the feet and the shoulders and the back of the head. Lift your hips, lift your heart, lengthening your spine. This final asana is what resonates most for you. What is your body needing? Is it needing opening? Is it needing grounding? Is it needing release?
No matter what position you're taking, breathe in through the nose and back out through the nose. 3 more. Good. Longest, fullest breath in. Open your mouths, clear it away. Good. Slowly coming out of your final asana, extend your legs long and wide, letting your toes roll open to the edges of your mat. Reach your fingers towards your toes. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Feel your abdominals engage. Slowly release one vertebra at a time. So your shoulders relax to the mat, your palms roll open. Feeling the softening through the face, through the neck and the shoulders. The lengthening of the spine. And the settling of the limbs into the ground. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like in Shavasana. Continue in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, start wiggling your fingers and toes, hugging your knees to your chest. Finding your way into the fetal position. Grounded and secure. Soft, relaxed. Balance between the two. As you press yourselves to seated, sitting up nice and tall with your eyes closed, bring your hands back to your heart center. And set an intention for yourselves. Intention for your day, maybe a positive mantra or inspirational thought. Just because you leave your mats doesn't mean you leave the practice. Continue breathing throughout your day, finding your balance and your reset. My gratitude to each of you for joining me today, and gratitude to yourselves. Namaste.